end of the day on July 9th, 1864, Confederate General Jubal Early was victorious. He had driven Lew Wallace and his Union defenders from the banks of the Monocacy River, from the line of the B&O Railroad, and he had sent them east towards Baltimore in complete disarray. The road to Washington was wide open. This campaign initially beginning set with the primary objective of removing Union forces from the Shenandoah Valley, a critical resource for the army that is being pressed by Grant's Army of the Potomac. I guess I should technically say Meade's Army of the Potomac.
It is.
We shouldn't do that to poor old Meade there. But as the overland campaign had morphed into the beginning phases of the siege of Petersburg, those resources in the valley were critical to Lee's Army of Northern Virginia and other parts of the Confederacy, its civilian population as well. So clearing out the valley, very important, and that is the primary objective. And honestly, Early accomplished that so fast that the secondary objective was able to sort of become the primary focus of everything. So the decision to run on Washington was made, and then that speed bump, that battle in Frederick on July 9th, 1864, even though they had won it, they had lost critical time that was necessary to accomplish that secondary objective. So they had to camp at the end of that fight. Imagine a Civil War battle being hard enough to fight on its own. Imagine then contending with the weather on top of it, adding in miles of marching underfoot that you had done for the several weeks leading up to that engagement. So at the end of the day on July 9th, while victorious in 1864, Jubal Early commits his men to a camp. They need to just stop what they're doing and recover. Up early, though, before the dawn on July 10th, and once again on the move, they arrive here in Gaithersburg, Maryland in the early hours, or maybe perhaps midday hours at that point, on July 10th, 1864. Matt, when they arrive in Gaithersburg, they are moving still towards what becomes their date with destiny down at Fort Stevens.
Correct.
What is the situation here? We are here at the private estate of John DeSelum. The DeSelum family are no strangers to the war. They are very much representative of what a lot of our nation is going through on a personal level. The DeSelums are a slave-owning family. They are, however, a very pro-Union family. They are against secession. In 1863, Jeb Stuart is either here directly or elements of his cavalry are here looking to arrest John DeSelum. I think he will successfully evade that, but this family is no stranger to the war, but now they're going to get very up close and personal with it. What happens on this property on July 10th, 1864?
Right, Pat. Absolutely, the DeSelums are going to be up close and personal with the Confederate force. Jubal Early's Army of the Valley District is going to camp all around us here on the property, and Early himself makes this home his headquarters on the night of July 10th. Now, Early and his men are going to go through the property. They will be taking a lot of food. They will almost clean out the DeSelums entirely, though they do leave a little bit of corn for them. They're also looking for weapons and anything that might be a threat to them. They will miss a significant amount of money that the DeSelums are hiding, which is real interesting considering all the ransoming that's been done.
Right, the cash grab.
Exactly. But they will be camped here. It would be in this home that Early would have a headquarters meeting, if you will, not quite a council of war, but at least a discussion with his division commanders about what is going to be happening next, the next move being that march on Washington, D.C. itself. They will step off before dawn on July 11th, so they will reach the outskirts of Washington, D.C., just outside of Fort Stevens, probably around midday on July 11th.